Okay, welcome back to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Abomination Vaults. And yeah, really, uh, really sucks. It's not the first time that this has happened where I just flick off the display real quick because I want to, Google something, browse something on the display, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just flick this off real quick and I'll turn it back on. And then I forget to turn it back on. And we go the rest of the video. It's black screen. Definitely not professional stuff. So yeah, if you didn't listen to my escapades for the second half of that last video, like an old-timey baseball broadcast, you didn't miss a whole lot. We went into this room, the scriptorium. We fought a ghost there, which wasn't too bad. I think we kicked her ass pretty good. And then we went into... I think, yeah, then we just went into this room. And we fought Nakazarin. There's level 5, sort of necromancer ghoul. And we kind of kicked her ass. We kicked her ass real fucking good. Snog got a crit. Right here, you can see the crit, Snog. And he crit for 48 damage, which was pretty nice. And, yeah, pretty much destroyed her. So that was nice. It does help that we were level 4 when we finally encountered that. But, be that as it may. There is a chance we could take on the wood golem now. There's a chance. Level 6. That AC of 23 is still not so hot so. It makes critting pretty difficult. Snog attacks with a plus 13 at the moment. So say we trip her. Or get her off guard or otherwise. That's a 21. So he would crit on an 18 through 20. So 15% crit chance. The problem is, though, the main issue is this splinter volley. Uh, 2 actions to make 4 ranged attacks at plus 16, each dealing 2d4 plus 8 damage. And again, due to the crit mechanics, plus 16 against, like, Botha with an 18 AC. That means, yeah, he crits on, like, 12 or higher, I think. Which is problematic. And it's probably not worth that much XP to me. I died. Those single tough fights are not worth it. So anyway, we tried to search for this secret door here to go down this way. We failed to find that. And then there's this secret door, but that's extremely hard. We already tried to find that and failed. So we have no way currently of accessing this tunnel and getting to this gibbering mouther down here. But there is another way up from the floor below, so we might be able to fight it eventually. But with nothing else in mind, it is time to move on. Down to the 4th floor. And I did purchase something. So the necromancer here gave us a staff of necromancy. So we kind of went into looking at staves and how they work. And then I subsequently bought a Staff of Healing, which is a level 4 item, costs 90 gold. Level 4, again, is the highest rank of item that we can purchase from Otari without sending out for it, you know, to wait a week. And we are getting to the point now, because we're level 4, where we probably are going to start making some orders, which isn't that big of a deal. It's just you wait a week. Okay, so staves. In order for a spellcaster to use a staff, they have to... The spells that they want to cast from the staff have to be on their spell list and of a level that they can cast, which is different than wands. So, Batha can only really use, like, primal staffs that cast primal spells. And every day, during your daily preparations, you are going to imbue a staff with a certain number of charges equal to the highest rank of spells that you can cast. So Batha right now can cast rank 2 spells, so she puts 2 charges into the staff each day. And then throughout the day, when she's holding the staff, she can spend charges to cast the spells from that. So we have a heal spell in here, first rank. That costs 1 charge. So essentially, she can cast 2 extra heals per day thanks to this staff. It also has Stabilize as a cantrip, which means that I could swap out one of my cantrips, because I don't need Stabilize there anymore if I'm holding the staff. But I don't know what I would really grab as a different cantrip. It's not really that big of a deal. So mostly it's just 2 extra heals at first rank per day. It's not huge. It's not a huge deal, but it is free spells every day. So why not? It's not like she does much else with her hands. You know, it is a 2-handed thing, but the rules say that it's very easy to just let go of it with 1 hand in order to cast a spell. So, yeah, it's just 2 extra heals. Okay, so we're going to pop open this door, and that goes down into the stairs. Very exciting. 4th level Abomination vaults. Ooh. Let's go down to D16. I wish that it would just take me there. Take me away. Alright. So I showed this map briefly at the start of the last video, or at the end of the last video, but no one saw that. So I think we're right here. Okay. And we open the door. I don't know how far we'd get in here before something kicks off. Oh, the haunted stairs. A staircase leads upward from this narrow landing. The south wall facing the stairs flickers and glows with ribbons of eerie green luminescence. When the heroes reach this point, another message manifests in the glowing light on the wall. I think I was supposed to read 2 other messages at some point. You know, it's just lore and shit. We don't have to worry about that. Also, I think I needed to pass another day, by the way. So the first of Erastus. And let's, let's do that. Do that. Do that. And let's get some new music finally, because we're on a new floor. the pavilion. That's where we're at. All right. This immense cavern is cold and damp. Water drips from condensation above into a large still lake. Thick patches of moist mushrooms, some nearly 4 feet tall, grow along the western shore of the lake, while a narrow trickle of water feeds in from a tunnel to the south. A 35-foot long pavilion made of stone stands in the middle of the lake, elevated 10 feet above the water level by more than a dozen stone columns. The entire pavilion is encrusted with damp, pale fungus. 2 stone bridges arch from the pavilion, one connecting it to a door set in the northern wall, and another to a door to the east. A faintly flickering campfire burns in the middle of the pavilion, its smoke curling to the ceiling. A grizzled, feral-looking man lives in the pavilion. He's Jal Mesman, a violent criminal and murderous werewolf wanted in the town of Otari for the slaying of several locals 30 years ago. Jal's last victim was a woman named Isla Lathanar, wife of Kilano Lathanar, the owner of the Otari market. Jal hid in plain sight as one of the druids of Stone Ring Pond while he committed his murders, but when he was found out, he escaped capture by leaping from the Otari cliffs into the seas. The tides pulled him into sea caves, leaving him nearly drowned, but over the following weeks he recovered and found his way here. He's been living here ever since. His skin is pasty and pale, and he reeks of mushrooms and sour sweat. Cave crickets make up the bulk of his diet. His only companions over the years have been a series of loyal wolves. When one perishes, Jal simply makes his way out through the caves to bond with another. At first, he made plans to return to Otari, but after living in this cave for so many years, Jal knows no other life. The heroes disrupt that life, though. When Jal notices them, he staggers up to the edge of his pavilion and howls and barks wildly to warn them away. DC 27 society check. Is that our best bet? Plus 10? Plus 10? Probably is plus 10, I would imagine. Okay. 17 or higher. Look at that. We succeeded. We know. This man is a killer who disappeared from Otari a generation ago. At your discretion, a hero familiar with Jal's legacy treats the result of his check as 1 degree of success greater than the rolled result. A hero familiar with Jal's legacy. I guess we'd kill him then. So maybe we'd get up to like here. Okay. And his wolf, they're shouting out, but Wibble, who's in the back? Maybe he would step past Basilicus to get a look here. There you go. Now you can see Jal and recognizes him as a murderer. Get him! He'll kill us! This is a severe encounter. Uh-oh. Plus 14 on his roll means he's pretty decently leveled. No, don't roll. Okay, yeah. Alright, that was the pavilion, but we need to get some music. I guess we're back to our usual... They could have put more combat music in, I think. Alright, Botha's going first. Botha could throw out one of these fireball spears. She doesn't have very good range here. And I feel like... Or she doesn't have very good sight line. And I feel like she's going to toast Maybe she could make it there. Yeah, she could probably get that. Okay, we'll allow that. So we're going to use the Fireball Sphere. This is 4d6 with a DC 21 basic reflex save. It's not a... Oh, hey! Pretty good. Okay, DC 21 basic reflex save. They got good reflexes, though. Okay, the wolf takes full 20 damage from that, and Jaw takes half. Okay, I mean, it wasn't amazing, but this this necklace is going to get less and less useful as we go, so we may as well use it. She then has one more action, but I don't know what she would really do other than throw guidance out to Snog. We're all about Snog guidance here. Okay. The wolf is not going to muck about. He's just going to charge Garziel. And use some jaws. Missing. And then I suppose it will do another jaw. Hitting. Jaw coordination. Oh, 1d6 extra damage to creatures within Jaw's reach. We will be blocking some of that. 5 damage only. Nice. Alright, Wibble Fizzle Crank. Let's roll, devise a stratagem. Yes, zoom in, thank you. Roll a 1, yes, awesome. I mean, it's good to know, I guess. Like I said, that 1 was going to happen whether I fired or not. That was the roll. So it's good to just know ahead of time that I don't have to bother and I don't have to waste all that shit. So now, what am I going to do with my other action? Probably demoralize. That's what he does now. Okay, so that failed. And then he can demoralize this wolf. There you go. See? Demoralized. Alright, Jaw Mesmin. Phew, boy. So he can turn into a fucking werewolf. Which is probably what he's gonna do, because he's a madman. This is one action. Hybrid. That's what he wants to be. Ooh, very nice. We don't get to zoom in on the different appearance, though. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, so that was one action to do that. Then he's going to be moving. Right around the campfire to get there. And now he gets wolf coordination, so we're going to slap that on. This is probably going to hurt. A lot of stuff that we don't have to care about. Probably his jaws is what makes the most sense. Crit on an 18 against Garziel. That's not good. That is a lot of damage. 46 damage to Garziel. Nearly knocking him out in one go. Christ. And he has to roll now Curse of the fucking Werewolf. Fail. So now, on each full moon, the cursed creature must succeed on another fortitude save or turn into a werewolf until dawn. How am I going to track full moons and all that shit? Just ignore that. Let's just ignore that. That's not the sort of game we're playing here. Nice idea, though. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, that was Joel's turn. Now it's Garziel. He's going to, ooh, boy. could go for the trip, but I feel like it's very likely to fail. I mean, I'm not supposed to look at his reflex save, but it's 24. Meaning that if I roll a 1 through 4, I will fall on my ass. But it seems like maybe the way to go. Alright, first... No, I need to raise my shield, though. Should I try and intimidate him or trip him? Tripping is probably better. Alright, we'll go for the trip. Fail. Okay. Then we will, I mean, we have to raise our shield. I know that. But should I lay on hands? Or do I try swinging? AC's gonna be pretty fucking high. We might get a crit, and that would solve a lot of our problems. Okay, we missed. Damn. Okay, that's that. Snog. Snog's gonna go 1, 2 here. And I don't know if you allow this, but Snog's a small creature, so screw you. Okay, so we're gonna then Vicious Swing. With guidance. Here we go. I rolled a 3. I rolled a fucking 3. Okay, Botha has to heal Garziel. There's no real question about it. So we're going to use our rank 2 heal. Not a lot of healing there. Then she has one more action. So she'll use life boost on him. For what good that does. Jaws Wolf is gonna go after Snog. So I'll be nice to myself. 3d6 plus 7 is not that nice, though. 20 damage to Snog. I'm not gonna use Liberating Step. Garziel probably needs the help more. Then we get knocked down. So it's gonna attempt to trip Snog. It succeeds. So Snog's knocked down. And then it's going to attempt a third attack. Oh no, that doesn't account. Okay, so then it just does this. Yep, which definitely hits Snog on another 18. Jesus. Snog's feeling the burn. Okay, Wibble. Yeah, I mean, we gotta try for devise a stratagem. 12. Okay, now that's not gonna hit Jaw. If Jaw was off guard, if he was prone or something, it would, but it won't. So instead, he's gonna shoot the wolf. So we'll, you know, use risky reload. Wait, do you have to pick a specific target when you devise a stratagem? Yeah, you do have to choose a specific... Okay. So, I guess instead I'll just normally shoot the wolf with a +8. Because I don't have to use, you know, yeah. So this is just a normal shot. So I reloaded, and then I fired. And then I rolled a 1. Great. Alright, Jaw now gets to just unleash upon Garziel. And this is where things are really gonna hurt. He doesn't even need to be fancy about this. He just rolls his plus 16 and misses. Thank God for that. Okay, then he'll go again. No, I guess he'll use his claw now. Miss! And miss! Holy shit. Okay. Woo! Okay, Garziel. We're raising a shield for sure. That's priority uno. We're gonna try to demoralize him now. And we failed. Really? DC 26? Ah, this is such shit. No one like... Okay. I don't know how much to explain this, because it's just like... You'd think this would be common sense that they learned like 30 years ago. Players would generally rather fight 30 weenie enemies rather than one god enemy. I mean, narratively, no, I agree. Narratively, no. The god enemy is always going to be cooler. But as far as just fun, they're going to hit the weenie enemies like every time. That's fun. That's exciting. You're just destroying them. You know, that's why we have in a bunch of RPGs now, like minion enemies and mook enemies and stuff that you can just cut through. I mean, yes, that is more heroic fantasy than some games like to be. I agree. But Pathfinder is D&D. D&D is pretty heroic fantasy. So having just one big tough enemy that you can barely hit or barely affect in any way and just kind of almost one-shots you a lot of the time, it's just like, what the fuck? Why? Why is that good game design? I mean, as I say that, you have stuff like Dark Souls, but you can't compare that because there's no RNG in a game like that. You know, it's entirely skill-based. You miss or you hit because of your own skill, generally. Whereas when you have just RNG, you have D20s and stuff, and the odds are stacked against you, that means RNG is going to fuck you most of the time. And that's why, I gotta say, I really like 13th Age as a system. Because it seems to understand that. There's pretty strict guidelines for encounter building to not use higher powered enemies because it's just not as fun. The math breaks down. And it has the escalation die so that as combat goes on, the players are much more likely to hit enemies. It's got mooks that you can kind of just cut through. It's a fun system. Now, I love Pathfinder 2nd Edition's character customization and the combat mechanics and everything, but this encounter design is just stupid. Anyways, we crit on our pick, so that's good. 36 damage there, which put a dent in him, I guess, but fuck, that could have been a lot better. That 2 on that D10 kind of fucked me. I mean, overall, it was not a horrible roll, but yeah, Jesus. All right, Snog. Snog's gonna stand, and then he's going to vicious swing. He got attacked by the wolves, so no. Okay. And he hit as well, thankfully. Oh, boom! Christ, this guy is a menace! 24 AC, 120 HP. Ridiculous. Okay, Both is going. Now, Both has to decide if she's going to use more heals or toss out a summon animal right now that will immediately get to go and potentially do some good. We actually have a new 2nd rank summon. So now, wait a minute, that can't be... Oh, no, right. No, I'm thinking of... We're going to get 3rd rank next time. So we still have Scave Corpion. Scave Corpion, the odds of him hitting are quite slim. As much as I love him, AC 24 is insane. Fear is probably not going to work because of his insane will save. So I think we're just healing. We probably should heal Snog, but... Yeah, we probably should heal Snog. Okay, we'll cast this from the staff. Nice. Nice heal. Okay. Then she doesn't have much else, but she'll give guidance to Garziel. Alright, the wolf is angry at this little rat that's putting up such a fight. So, there you go, a hit. That health that he just got is gone. Now we're going to do knockdown again. Fail. And then that didn't affect his thing, so +8. Miss. Alright, Snog's okay. Wibble. Wibble is going to try again. Devise a stratagem. There's a hit. Alright, risky reload. Hit. For 14 damage. It's something. And then he's got a third action. I've already tried demoralizing everything I can, so there's not much I can do. I could attempt another risky reload shot. But if I misfire, and it wouldn't get the damage bonus, it's not really worth it. Alright, Joel. Does it say he fights to the death? Joel is reduced to 30 hit points or fewer. Yep, we're there. He begs for mercy and promises to give the heroes a reward if they spare him. Okay, all I read that as he wastes his turn begging for mercy. Please, please spare me. Oh, please spare me, no. Oh yeah, motherfucker. Those people deserve justice. And Garziel's the executioner. Oh, miss. Damn it. Okay, +6 is very unlikely to succeed. There you go, 9 damage. And then he'll raise his shield. Alright, Snog. Put an end to this menace. Vicious swing. Boom. Dead. And then we've got a third swing. Let's go. Sweep. Miss. Okay, Batha. It's got another... I should put the staff there instead of having to go in here, but it's fine. Use up the rest of her staff on Snog. I feel like maybe the wolf would just be upset rather than run. Okay, yeah, it's gonna try and avenge its master. It does not get coordination though. Miss. +8 is a hit. We will use Liberating Step. Damage. Yep. 9 damage to Snog. And then it'll try and trip him, I guess. At its full value. Yep, knocks him down. It's angry. It's an angry wolf. But Wibble will teach it a lesson. Devise the perfect stratagem. Nope, no, he won't. Okay, thanks, Wibble. Thanks for participating on that. Garzeal will, trip. Let's go for a trip. Fail. DC 23. -7 or -5. I'd have to go. So that'd be I'd have to get a. Oh boy. 16 or higher to trip it on the second go. Not gonna happen, so we'll just try and hit it. There you go. As I roll a 16. Very unlikely to hit. Critical miss. Snonk is gonna stand in defiance of this wolf creature that is picking on the poor rat folk. And he's gonna vicious swing with his other 2 actions. Critically missing. It's 2 1s in a row, by the way. 2 1s in a row. Snonk could die, so I guess we want to keep healing him. We'll use a first rank heal. We're using all our healing in this one battle. Okay. Wolf, continue to fighting. Continue to fighting. There's a hit. Yep, we will use that again. 10 damage. Then it's gonna do a knockdown again. Somewhere. Trip. Athletics. Knocked him prone, and then it'll finish off with another jaw. Miss. Ooh boy. No. No, Wibble, that's not good enough. Garzeal will attempt the trip again. Got him. Perfect. Then he's going to swing. Miss. And then he'll swing. Hit. 19. 12 damage to the wolf. It's nearly there. Snonk will do it. He's going to stand. It's got knocked down so many times. Come on. Boom! Crit! Get the fuck out of here, wolf. Join your master in hell. 52 damage. Yeah, done. Alright, severe encounter. Done. Okay. He's got a +1 striking Qatar. Not a lot we can do with that. Oh, he's got 2 of them. Damn! That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cheddar. Those are worth 100 gold each. So 50, and then 2 of them, we'll get 100 gold out of that. It's very nice. Then we have a bejeweled necklace featuring a porpoise with the inscription of Isla, my beloved. Okay. So we're going to bring him in dead to get a 50 gold bounty, and the market owner will give us a 20% discount for all purchases at the market for life. I don't know how we handle that too much, but still. Okay, we're going back to town. I'm fine with that. We're going back to town. We're going to get our 50 gold bounty. We're also going to sell these. So that's 100, 150, and this. Okay. 150 added. Pretty nice. And during that time, we will treat Snonk's wounds. Nature, let's go DC 20. Natural medicine while we're out there. All good. Oh, we can now guarantee it, actually. Look at that. 21 healing, easy. Okay, and, I don't know, it probably takes like a couple hours, so we'll just do that. And we will come back and continue exploring. Twisting tunnel. Okay, so this, goes out. Let's continue along the pavilion, then. Maybe not. Door. Door. Hallway. Okay. Scout out ahead. Can I just rotate? No, I can rotate their image. I can't rotate the group. Damn, that would have been nice. I mean, obviously, you know, sort of design where every person is controlling just like one mini. I get it. Just annoying is all. Okay, we're moving along. We're going up. Going up steps, I guess. The forever stairs. Uh-oh. The walls of this 5-foot wide hallway shimmer and ripple with faint whirls of pale blue energy. The staircase to the west leads upward, and the one to the east leads down. Both the ascending and descending stairs reach small landings. While at first glance this hallway might seem unremarkable, it should quickly become clear that something truly strange is going on once the heroes start to travel it. The hallway loops back upon itself. For example, if the heroes choose to go clockwise, the stairs will always lead upward, while they end up at the same place they started after making a complete circuit. Belcora created this distorted spatial effect in the early days of her construction of the Abomination vaults as she was experimenting with several magical methods of delivering her monsters directly into the streets of Absalom. While she ultimately abandoned spatial warping as too inefficient to be used on a sufficiently large scale, she kept this warped hall she constructed as a sort of defensive moat around her personal quarters. The outside doors to areas D13 and 14 are always present, which would be the pavilion and that. So those are always present. But the alcove and door to area D20 are concealed by an illusory wall created by a 5th level illusory object spell. The will DC to disbelieve the illusion is 26, but the heroes might find the walls in other ways. Okay. Well, let's do the easiest way then, first, which is everyone rolling a will check. And we just see if anyone bypasses that illusion of a DC 26. 16 is a maybe. Yep, Botha does not believe this illusory bullshit. Seems to be the best way to do it. And then we get 30 XP. As a moderate accomplishment. It's the easiest 30 XP you'll ever make. Okay, so, open that. And open These 4 angled rooms have identical basic descriptions. Just the following is needed to account for the location of any doors in the room. The western chamber, room D20D, also features a plain stone archway in one way, wall filled with blank stone. This is an inactive portal to the depths of the Abomination vaults. A pair of doors provide exits from this room, one of which is set a foot higher than the room's dusty floor on a semicircular step. Really? As a result, each time the heroes step into one of these 4 rooms, they're greeted with a brief ghostly image of the room as it once was. Each time, they also see a vision of Belcora herself within the room. Okay, so... Ooh, that. Boom. Of course, the chances are good the heroes won't have time to study the scenes at first. See the encounter below. A powerful and horrific entity known as a Void Glutton has dwelt within these chambers since Belcora abandoned them. Unlike many of Belcora's minions, the Void Glutton came to her of its own free will, drawn from across the dimensions by echoes of Nimbeloth's presence. It volunteered to aid Belcora as a guardian of the Upper Shrine, but once she relocated her personal effects to deeper within the Abomination vaults, it took over these rooms. It basks in the latent fears and pains of the dungeon's haunts and ghosts. When Belcora rose as a ghost, the Void Glutton took note and visited her, learning of her plans to reactivate Gauntlet and realizing it would take time to awaken the dormant artifact. The Void Glutton helped her refine the plans to testing Gauntlet and has recently done so with Volek's aid. Since then, the Void Glutton has lurked here, understanding that it's just a matter of time before Belcora contacts it again to enact the next stage of her plan. The Void Glutton moves from room to room in this area as it finds the echoes of Belcora's spirit soothing. It therefore has an equal chance of being in area D20A, B, C, or D when the heroes arrive. It notes the hero's intrusion immediately, however, and swiftly moves to confront them. The creature has no interest in negotiation. It attacks at once and fights to the death. And the real bad news is that it's fucking level 8! 30 AC! Let's just save ourselves the pain. And the rant that I would inevitably do. And just move on. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. But, I mean, that's, again, it is fairly old school. Because, you know, in old school games, in the OSR sort of mentality a bit, there's the idea that there's just dangerous things out there in the world, especially deep in dank dungeons. There's just horrific, dangerous things that you're kind of meant to not fight. Or if you are going to fight, you need to be well prepared. The reaction I saw from the Paizo board is that the Void Glutton is there to act as a secret boss. He's hard to find for a level 4 party and does not pursue. It is supposed to be a nearly impossible challenge at level 4 and push them to come back later. This guy says, it's not immune to magic missile. By level 5, you could easily have a wizard putting out 21 damage on average per round into the Glutton's 90 HP. Give another character that has arcane or occult spellcasting a 30 gold piece scroll, and that's another 18 damage on average. That's before anyone else even tries to hit it. At level 5, the fighter will have plus 16 to hit and will probably try to flank, which would be a hit on a 12 or better. They should have a striking weapon by then, which is going to be putting out around 12 to 16 damage per hit on average. That's more than half its HP in one round from 3 characters. Yeah, magic missile seems to be pretty potent. We are kind of missing that, I will agree. I mean, Wibble does have a wand of magic missile once per day. But that's not too... It's not too hot. Okay, what do we got here? This does not look good. This is like the fucking final boss battle. What am I doing? I guess. This vast octagonal chamber is mostly empty. The walls are carved and painted to resemble a sprawling graveyard half sunken into a swampy morass. Yet all the graves in the mural are open and empty. Carved images of shrieking ghosts parade upward and into the hungry pupil of a malevolent eye at the apex of this room, 30 feet above. A circular 15-foot diameter platform sits in the middle of the room, raised 3 feet off of the surrounding floor. The platform supports an altar stone made of an irregular slab of rock marked by 7 deep indentations, almost as if a huge 7-fingered hand had gripped the stone with enough force to leave grooves behind. Now and then a faint blue light flickers and pulses inside one of these indentations. Small objects lie heaped atop the altar. Now let me tell you, if you've never actually played a tabletop RPG, we have the benefit here of a visual, at the very least. So we can kind of see it. But if you're just playing at a table, and you're sitting there and you say, okay, we open the door and we go into the next room. And then the DM reads out that text to you. That is just going to be a blur of words and numbers and nonsense. And you're not really going to understand almost any of it. You need to be very careful as a DM giving long descriptions of rooms. It's very evocative. Don't get me wrong. It's like reading a book, But reading a book, you go at your own pace. You can reread the text, things like that. And you can really picture it in your mind's eye. When you're at a table DMing, you're just spouting it out and hoping everyone kind of catches it as you go in their imagination. So text this long is bad enough. But then you throw in that many numbers. Look at how many numbers are in this. 30 feet, 15 foot, 3 feet, 7, yeah, okay. So that's all the numbers. And then you're describing like 5 different things at once. Like, it's just a mess. Okay, it's just a mess. And so, again, that's another reason why these sort of flowery pre-written descriptions of a room don't really help all the time. And it's much better to teach DMs how to describe a room themselves and just include, like, the facts. So what are the facts of, it's an octagonal room, big open chamber. There's a mural on the wall of a sprawling graveyard. All the graves are empty. There's a big malevolent eye 30 feet above. I think it's meant to be a carved eye on the ceiling. You got a circular platform in the middle of the room. A raised circular platform. The fact that it's 15 feet diameter and it's 3 feet off the floor, that doesn't really matter. I mean, if players ask down the line, yes, you want that information on hand. You want to be able to tell them the exact answer. But in the opening description, all that matters is that it's a raised circular platform. That's enough to get it kind of pictured in their mind's eye. On the platform is a big stone altar marked by 7 claw marks that are pulsing faintly with a blue light. And there's a bunch of small objects lie heaped on the altar. I mean, still, that's a lot of information, but I think it's more manageable. So anyways. The altar's undead guardians scuttle forth and attack when the heroes enter this room. Okay, so we probably get in a little bit before that happens, just to be generous. When the hands animate, 4 flicker wisps slither out from the indentations on the altar's sides and join in their attack. The flicker wisps and crawling hands don't pursue foes from the shrine room. If no foes are present, they return to their original places on the altar. They fight until destroyed. The entire shrine is infused with an overwhelming sense of despair and hopelessness. Any living creature who enters this room must succeed at a DC 22 will save or become frightened 1. And a living creature can't reduce its frightened condition while in this chamber. Okay, so that's the most important thing. Botha does not enter the room as far as I'm concerned, but these 4 are going to have to roll this will save. Wait a minute! Marshall's aura! Okay, that wouldn't have helped Basilicus. But this finally comes into play. Okay, Wibble has succeeded. And Snog succeeded, but Garziel himself failed. Okay, so let's give him Frightened 1. Okay, and now we're going to... Okay, so this is what the players would see normally when they walk in, which I think, yeah, again, visually on Foundry, it's pretty clear and would really kind of help. So, yeah, that is nice, but if you're not playing on Foundry. Okay. Man, this is a hell of an encounter. They really like throwing big shit at you. Alright, hold on. We're scouting, of course. This is an extreme encounter. 140 XP. Gonna have to fight for our life here. Botha with a fireball could be very nice if she goes quickly. Okay, she is going second. Very nice. That helps a lot. Alright, begin encounter. What do we got for music here? Gluttonous Void, the Ghost Walk, Belcora's Retreat. This is just the upper temple. I don't think we have anything. We'll just go with Fighting for Tomorrow, because that's what we're doing. Okay, Flicker Wisp. Confused. Yeah, Flicker. I don't know if there's a range to Flicker. Doesn't say anything. Oh, adjacent creature. Okay. So Garziel, now you do a DC 18, which is affected by your fright. Okay, he failed, so now he's confused. He is not having a good go of it. So he's off guard. He doesn't treat anyone as his ally, and he can't delay, ready, or use reactions. Great. You use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips. Your targets are determined randomly by the GM. Each time you take damage from an attack or spell, you can attempt a DC 11 flat check to recover from your confusion and end the condition. Okay, but otherwise it lasts for 1 round. Alright, that was its turn. Botha now will be using her... I mean, this is probably the best scenario we will ever have for this. Ever. So let's use the big boy. Right there. Everything. Pretty nice. 6d6. This could be 6 damage, by the way. Or it could be 36 damage. It's going to be on the low end. 16. Not horrific, but not bad. Okay, and you're really... Okay, no, you didn't give me... Sometimes it'll assign the save, and I can just roll it there, which is a lot easier. But now I have to do it this way, which is annoying. Because then it's not as easy to kind of correspond which is which. But it doesn't matter. They're all fairly equal. just assign stuff. Okay, so who failed? Okay, we have one of the hands critically failed. That's pretty big. So this hand takes double that damage. 32. Killed it. Excellent. Then we had another hand. 2 other hands failed. So let's just do that. They take damage. And damage. And then everything else succeeds. So everything else takes half that. Half. 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 Okay. She nearly wiped out all the hands in one action. Or 2 actions. It was a very limited use thing, but still, that made this fight a billion times easier. So that's good. She doesn't really have much else to do with her 3rd action, so that's that. Alright, Snonk Broadmaw. He kind of wants to be flanked so he can do his shit. So I guess he'll move, No, he probably wants to move so that he can target 2 things. So he'll go 5, 10, 15. He's going to target this first. He's not going to use Vicious Swing. Hit. Damage to that. Kill it. And then he's going to target this with +8. Does have sweep, though. Miss. Okay, we tried. Okay, crawling hand. This one will crawl towards Snonk. And mark it as its quarry. Anointing the hand with a drop of the intended quarry's blood. If the hand ever has no quarry, it automatically gains the next creature it damages as its quarry. Okay. It's not a big... but yeah, it's going to... It does want to grab it, but... I'm going to start with just this +9. Miss. Its 3rd action will be a +5. Critical miss. Done. Okay, so Garzeal. Now here's the problem with Garzeal. It says that he's going to treat all of these as his enemies. I don't know why he would move. I guess that's a good... How do you run confused condition in your games? Spend as many actions to strike as possible. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Oh, someone argues that it's more berserk than confused, but I agree with the interpretation, I think. So, yeah, he's gonna try and strike as often as he can, as many times as he can on his turn. Which means moving as little as possible. So he's going to try and attack these 2. And they're randomly determined each strike. So we'll just roll a 1d2 with Wibble being 1. Okay, so he's going after Basilicus with his first strike. He hits for 12 damage. Okay, and then he's going to roll again. Goes after Wibble with his 2nd strike. +5. Okay, and then he'll roll again. And he's going after Basilicus with his 3rd strike. I fucking hit Basilicus. Oh my god. 12 damage. Nearly killing the little cat. Okay. And that's it. So, He is still frightened. He cannot reduce frightened while in this room, so we have to keep applying that. But he is no longer confused. Okay, and now we've got Flicker Wisps. So this thing, of course, is also going to try to confuse Snonk. And he critically fails. So he's confused for 2 rounds. Great. And then it can consume its confusion to regain hit points. It actually causes it to fucking extend another round. Well, it'll do that, I suppose. So it heals for 1. And Snonk is now confused for 3 rounds. This one then will flit over. Oh no, I guess it would go back. It would go over to Garziel, so it'll try and confuse Garziel. Okay, thankfully that succeeds. Wibble Fizzlecrank is going to try and pop this one before it gets a turn. Let's devise a stratagem for that. You rolled a 3, Wibble. You rolled a fucking 3! The problem with going around with my gun not loaded helps with risky reload, but means that I can't accidental shot when that goes wrong. So it kind of ruins accidental shot as a feature. So alternatively, I could go around with my gun loaded. And then if I get a good devise a stratagem, I could unload it and then risky reload. Well, what's the point of that? That seems dumb. It's more like I could just shoot more. We don't have to depend on risky reload all the time. But the bottom line is I did not have my gun loaded, so there's nothing I can do there. Now, we could choose a different target, though, to just shoot at. So I guess let's do that. Let's try and shoot some of these hands. So I'm going to risky reload and fire normally. And hit. 8 damage. Okay. And then... Can I risky reload as many times as I want? Is it just a risky reload buffet? Or is it once per round? No, I can use as much as I want. Again, I forgot to buy bullets, though. He's got to be running real low. 4 bullets left. Alright, he's going to risky reload again. Oh, no, because now it'd be at -5, wouldn't it? No, fuck that. No, fuck that. He'll just sit. Okay. Flicker Wisp. And it's going to move in to flank Snonk. It could also consume his confusion. But I think this one will just attack. Hit. Doesn't even need to flank it. He's off guard to everything. We will use Liberating Step. Okay, so that's that. 4 damage. And then he's going to do a follow-up. Miss. This crawling hand will move here. Everyone's climbing on Snonk. As one does. +9, miss. And +5, hit. 6 damage to Snonk. Okay, Batha. Let's get some electric arcs going. Target both of those. Weak sauce, man. Real fucking weak sauce. Both take 2 damage. I killed one. Okay. So Snog. So now, in this case, Confusion's really pretty good. Well, it's not. It's okay. It's okay, because it's... This person does a completely random single target each round, and anyone within 1 stride is viable. I think that's more interesting than just you hit your friend 3 times because they are next to you. It's crazy there's this much of a discussion. You'd think that, like, one of the game designers would just be like, this is our intention. This is what we want out of the confused condition. You know? Oh, I forgot about the flat check. He did take damage multiple times. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he took that 6 and that 4. I think that's it. So he took damage twice. Okay. Each time you take damage from a deck. Okay, so it's a DC 11 flat check to just end the condition. That's pretty good. Done. All right. Done. Excellent. I'm very glad to hear that, because now we can do what we've been waiting for. What we've all been waiting for. Which is a quick reversal. You are flanked. Make a melee strike against one of the flanking enemies and a second strike with the same weapon against a different enemy that's flanking you. The same multiple attack penalty of the initial attack. And it doesn't count towards his multiple attack penalty. Well, the second one doesn't. Okay, so he's not going to be... So they're both plus 13 here. Excellent. That's a hit. Boom. Killed that. And then his second target, plus 13. I think it did damage him. No, it wasn't the last one to damage him, though. But he does get sweep because it's a different target. Crit. Well, that's certainly dead. 24 damage there. Boom. So that's what you get for messing with Snonk's head. Okay, and then he gets to make a third attack. And this is at his plus 8. Yes. And sweep. Hit. Dead. Okay. Garziel. It's going to target the Flicker Wisp. Give it the old plus 10 and miss. Give it the old plus 5 and critically miss. And then he will demoralize it. That's right, you're frightened now. You're frightened. Okay, the Flicker Wisp. I guess it'll try and... Whoa, wait a minute. This fight was fucking botched. Flicker Wisps have magical immunity. Shit. How do we fix this? Ugh. Ugh. I'm going to just not give myself all the XP. These were special weak flicker wisps. That's how we'll do it. Okay. So it's going to flicker. Failure, so it is confused for 1 round. And then it's going to move away. Or maybe it would consume that confusion. Yeah, maybe it would. Okay, we'll do it that way. So it regains 1d4 hit points. Not a whole lot, and he's now confused for 2 rounds. But Wibble is gonna finish this. That'll do it. Risky reload. 6 damage. That won't do it. Wibble. Okay. Botha. Well, she's gonna close the door. She doesn't want anything to do with Garciel's confusion. Snonk will move here and fucking end this with a vicious swing. There you go. Dead. Okay, then Garciel goes. We'll have to play this out. He's confused 2. He's gonna beat the shit out of one of these people unless we use different rules. Again, I'm just not sure why there's not a very clear... Very clear answer. I don't know. Okay, he's gonna do the same rolls because the same people are next to him. Poor cat. Alright, he's targeting Wibble with his first swing. Hitting. 7. 12 damage. Then he's going to roll again. Targeting Basilicus with a +6. Hitting and almost certainly killing him. Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, he's down. He's not dead. Unless he hits him again. No, he's going for Wibble with a 3rd swing. Missing. Okay. Now he's got 1 round of confusion left. So Wibble is gonna... I guess it doesn't really matter. He'll devise a stratagem against Garciel, his buddy. That's not gonna do anything. He can't do anything without using that roll. Unless he wants to do a tincture. Quick tincture. Not much I can do. Okay. Botha will now open the door and target him with an electric arc. Okay, 7 damage, and now he gets to make his DC 11 flat check. Aha! We're good. Alright, end encounter. Okay, so bump it down to like a moderate, I guess. It's fine. Okay. No, that's probably not what we want. Okay. Let's delete all this shit. Battle well fought. And we're gonna have to patch, so she'll stabilize Basilicus then. Okay, and then she's gonna just spend some time. The altar produces a new flicker wisp each day at dusk, but no more than 4 can exist in the chamber at one time. Okay. We probably wouldn't patch things up here. I feel like we'd probably go back to, like, the pavilion. Okay. We'll spend some time patching things up, starting with Basilicus. Wow. Okay, not starting with Basilicus. Okay. On a Garziel. Nice. That was the worst crit I've ever seen. Okay, Snog. Christ. She's having an off day here, man. So that was 10, 20, 30 minutes she just spent. If we wait another half an hour, we can just repeat everything. So, there you go. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Let's try it again. Okay. I mean, he's a non-combatant, so it doesn't really matter. Fucking takes 3 damage. Oh, boy. This is why I use Assurance. I don't know why I'm not. It's because I'm hoping for crits, I guess. But it's really just better to get some healing. Okay. We'll leave it at that. And, should we do one more fight? Alright, we'll do one more fight, and then I gotta wrap it up. So I feel like you might have to do that frighten check every time. But I feel like it only matters if you're in the... Oh god, we got Karn rights here. When do those trigger? Oh, within 15 feet of them. Okay, well, technically I did that, but we were stepping across to go here. Torture chamber. 3 5-foot square iron cages, the bars lined with spikes on the inside, hang from chains in the middle of this room. Blood-crusted manacles dangle from chains on the west wall. A stout wooden table with more manacles anchored to it stands in the southwest corner, and on it sits a whip made of blood-red leather with a silver handle. Here, Belcor imprisoned and tortured those lacking the qualities she sought for flesh-warping experiments or arena battles in the levels below. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. Volgrist, an evangelist Velstrak, has been bound here by Valkor's magic for centuries. The interminable years instilled a sense of listlessness in the torturer, and she rarely even moves about the room. Her hope of cruel amusements was briefly rekindled when she had Lazda to toy with, but she'd only just begun a few months of laying the groundwork for his torment when he was taken away. Her ennui has returned even stronger than before. At first, Volgrist can hardly stir herself to bother with the heroes. She morosely invites them to depart this chamber and never return. There's no trick here. If the heroes simply leave at once, the Velstrak lets them go. If they persist or question her, she sighs in frustration and attacks. She has no interest in talking. She fights until destroyed, but doesn't leave this area. Yeah, what does she look like? Does she look like somebody I would just kill on sight? Yeah. Yeah, probably. This thing, covered in chains inside the torture chamber. It's an unholy creature. Yeah, we probably would kick its ass. So, yeah, it doesn't attack right away, though. Which gives us opportunity to just shift in before kicking things off. Okay, Botha. Well, let's see. We need more music. Botha's gonna go first. She's gonna bring out the one and only Scave Corpian. Our favorite buddy. It's gonna be sad when we move on from him. And so Scave Corpian will, of course, attempt a pincer attack. Critically missing on a 1. It's unusual for him. And he'll do a follow-up. Also missing, because her AC is probably quite high. 24. So he's unlikely to lay any hits in, but, you know. Okay, Garziel. Garziel is going to activate his improved aura, Dread Martial Stance. Make us... Oh, he has to roll, doesn't he? It is a failure, so he fails to enter the stance. Fair enough. But he could attempt it again. But he's going to follow it up with a demoralize attempt. Fail, of course. And then he's going to finish with a trip attempt. Okay, he failed at every single thing he tried to do. Isn't that exciting? And he does not have a shield raise. Here's another thing. Battles where the enemy has like 30 different abilities that they can use or have affecting them or something. It's just kind of crazy. And it's just sort of the nature, I suppose, of high-level enemies. It's just kind of happen. I guess I can't say too much. But here's 13th Age, okay? Here's a Jinn. A level 9 giant genie. It has a great sword attack that it uses twice. It can use twice. And then it has an effect if you roll a 5, 10, 15, or 20 on those dice. Then it has like a group attack, Assault of the Whirlwind. And again, has a special effect if you roll a 5, 10, 15, or 20 on the dice. And then it can fly. It mentions that. And it has the ability to grant a wish to any player character whose attack drops it to 0 HP. That's it. That's the whole thing. And that's enough. You don't need like 30 abilities and like 30 spells and shit. I don't know. Anyways. So, because you got to read all this stuff then. I have to read what Impaling Chain does and animate chains. And, it has an unnerving gaze. So, you have to keep track of this unnerving gaze. It wasn't noted. So, when a creature ends its turn in the aura, it sees the face of a departed loved one in place of the evangelist's face. So Garziel is going to have to roll this. Marshall's aura in effect. And he critically fails, so he's frightened fucking 3. Quite bad. Okay, it's got regeneration 10, deactivated by holy or silver. So it regains 10 hit points every round until it's hit by holy or silver. It also has pain sight. Okay, and greater dark vision. It's got focus gaze, attack of opportunity. Okay, a lot of stuff. It's probably going to use focus gaze on Garziel because it doubles down on this frightened condition. He actually managed to succeed. Wow. Okay, so that makes him... Okay. If the creature was already frightened on a failed save... Oh, on a fail... Okay, no. So he's good. So that was one action it did. And basically, he can make chain attacks against anybody in the room. Which can also trip if she wants. Or disarm. This is fucked. Okay, it's gonna make a chain attack against Botha. Because I'm being cruel today. So plus 17. Crit. I mean, how could it not be? 28 damage. We will use Liberating Step. So 2d6, no, 1d6 times 2 bleed is pretty bad. So there's that. And then it has Impaling Chain. So when it crits, the target is impaled and anchored in place, becoming grabbed by the chain. Creature is unable to recover from persistent bleed damage until it gets free. Escape DC 25! Okay, hold on. Christ! And then it'll target Wibble with the with another chain, plus 12. Not a crit, thankfully. But 11 damage. And the bleed. And that's its turn. Holy shit, dude. Again, any creature that doesn't immediately attack you, leave. Just leave. Okay, Wibble is gonna devise a stratagem. That's not doing anything. His stratagem rolls have been terrible. So he's probably going to quick tincture to give himself a... we could do Elixir of Life, but it's so little. Yeah, probably just mist form, to be honest. Yeah, he'll quick tincture a mist form elixir for himself. Now that he's actually getting attacked, he doesn't like that. So he is concealed for 3 rounds. He takes 4 damage, but then recovers, thankfully. Okay, Snonk. Snonk's going to move 5, 10, 15. Can you really? Leaves a square during a move action it's using. So normally attacks of opportunity are when you like leave the threat range of the monster. So you could, if you just circle it, that doesn't account. You know, it doesn't allow for an op. But here, it seems like if you just move at all. Well, I guess it depends. It depends if you have a reach weapon, which we do. And it depends also how you're... So if you don't have a reach weapon, if you come straight on, walking into the target, then that's not an op. But if you move like this, how I did, that would be an op no matter what. So yeah, it's an op. Fuck. Thankfully, a low damage op. But it's still a bleed. Okay, then Snonk's going to command Basilicus to move in. No, you don't get that many ops. And then Basilicus will use his support. So if Snonk hits, then Volgrist is off guard until his next turn. And then Snonk will use just a swing. Hitting, thankfully. Wow, what a shit roll. Okay, but that doesn't make Volgrist off guard, thankfully. Okay, Botha is in a pickle. No doubt about it. She'll probably want to escape, but first we'll tell Scave Corpion to go. We'll attempt to pincer. Yeah! 10 damage. And then I guess he'll attempt to grab. No. Not even close. Okay, then Botha has 2 actions, so she'll try to escape, as one does. Escape. So it's an unarmed attack modifier, acrobatics, or athletics. I guess it will be acrobatics, and it's against the DC of the athletics DC of the creature. Is that true, or is it based on the chain? DC 25, that's right. Fuck, man. That's so unlikely to happen. We'll make an attempt, but it's very unlikely to happen. Crit. Well, that's nice. No longer grab. We're still taking the bleed, but now at least we can save against it. And for our third action, I don't know. We'll toss life boost on ourselves. Counteract the bleed. Okay, Garziel. Who is fucking frightened 3. Okay, Both is done with the damage. Frightened 3 is very bad. We can't do a whole lot. We can't do almost anything, really. I'll attempt the Dread Marshal stance. So that's just an intimidation roll against a number. Failure. Okay, this is an unholy creature. Weakness Holy 5. But it's not undead, it's unholy. I don't know if Lay on Hands will do anything here. No, that's only against undead. Okay, shit. I guess I'll just swing and then raise my shield. Yep, miss. Raise. Healed for 10. This might be a fight we run from. I don't think I have. I'm clearly not prepared. Somebody has a silver axe, but I think it might be Snog. Yeah, Snog. You have to switch to that silver hatchet. And I haven't been rolling Unnerving Gaze for everybody. Yeah. Let's just reload and pretend we didn't go in there. As that's definitely a tricky fight. But see, again, it's just like one big level 6 creature. Which shouldn't be that tough for us. I don't know, it felt pretty tough. I don't know if I agree with it being level 6. It seems pretty tough. But, yeah, yeah. I don't have time to go through that whole fight and then probably die anyways. So, oh well, we gave it a look. So we will reset that and reset the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Close that door. It's like we never fought it. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Still got plenty of this level left to do. It's not as big of a level. There's not as many little cramped rooms, which is kind of cool. But it seems like all the fights here are pretty severe. But okay, my name is Mang. Game watching has been Pathfinder 2nd Edition by Abomination vaults. See you fine folks in the next part.